Welcome back to Ronverse. My name's Ronnie, and today I am reviewing the very anticipated super strong 112 scale body called Adam F001 from a company that is called Adam. Somehow in my mind, this was a release from Muff Toys, but turns out it's not. It's from a company which is called Adam. So, without any delay, let's start the review by looking at the box he comes in. Big Adam comes in this clamshell packaging. I am very impressed with the packaging. I'll let you know why. Firstly, as you can see what all he comes with. So he comes with extra hands, and that's it actually. And it's a super strong 112 scale action figure body, Adam F001 comic style body type, because maybe it's a super huge guy. Now this says what all he comes with. One complete action figure body, and you can just pause it and read it. So very good. It does have a representation of the kind of body that they're giving, which is larger than life, and it actually does look like this. Also, they give a teaser of what is coming in the future. So there is a lean body, there is a curvy female body, there is another guy on the left, there's a huge hulky guy with a little girl. Reminds me of something, I just can't think of it. If you know what that is, you can please comment on the video. So why it is impressive is because there is a tape here which you just have to cut, and this opens up and you can take out the figure from here. Now the best thing is unlike a retro card packaging, you don't destroy anything. So even if it comes out, there is the packaging, there is the figure, you can always keep it back. And this figure has an extra tray covering this for protection. See? Okay. So I'll just take this out and show you now. So I really hope that, it does come with extra pegs. So I do hope, like, maybe the bigger companies like Hasbro, when they make retro card packaging, now that they're bringing those back, maybe they can make some changes and make it somewhat like this with a bigger card here, so that we can actually open those and still keep the boxes intact rather than just wasting them. So I'll give this a 9 out of 10 because of the collector friendliness. Now I'll take this out again. I put that back just to show you how it opens. I'll just get it out and I'll show you the rest of the review. The first thing I'll do is that I'll check the height of the figure. So this Adam 001 stands very near to 7 inches, maybe a point less, so which is 17.75 centimeters. I'll show you some comparisons, first with some normal figures, then with some larger than life figures. But before that, please go and subscribe to my channel to support my channel. It helps a lot. So the first one is the classified series Snake Eyes. It's a bit wobbly. Then there is Hasbro Indiana Jones. Oops. Give me a second. Right. So here they are with normal size 6-inch figures. Actually, in the camera it looks a bit bigger. So see, this is the actual size. All right. Now the next is Sergeant Slaughter. Here. Now I'll show you this one with some 7-inch figures. The first wave Masterverse jaundiced He-Man. One second. You see, he's actually very close to a 7-inch figure. Because frankly, these 7-inch figures are not exactly 7-inch. These are bigger. Here he is. And now, another 112-inch figure from a company which doesn't care about the size, which is actually a good thing for us. This is Yujiro Hanma, the very awesome Yujiro Hanma figure. But Adam doesn't look very bad with Yujiro Hanma, and he actually looks like someone who might be a good contender for him. Alright, so now we'll start with the rest of the review, and I'll start with the sculpting of the figure. So looking at the sculpt, firstly, let's see the face. He has a very realistic face. Even though I don't think he resembles anyone, but he does look very human, a very stern expression. Even if we check the overall body, yes, he is larger than life, but he is very much proportionate. And because they made him like a taller guy, I think he's somewhat like a Martin Ford. So he has a bit smaller head, because obviously if he's somewhere around, as per what we checked the height, he's somewhere around 6 feet 10 or maybe a 7 feet guy. So the head is a bit smaller, which actually is reasonable. He has very good proportion for the arms and legs. As you can see, the arm is a very accurate length. The thighs are longer than the calves, which usually is a mistake in most of the 112 scale figures nowadays. You'll notice that in McFarlane a lot, where the thighs are shorter than calves. Bit weird. The back is very broad. Thighs are decently built. Not just decently built, they're heavily built. The only thing is, if he's standing straight, actually you can bring his neck out a bit. He has a very thick neck as well. He has somewhat small butt, because if someone has worked out enough to have this kind of thighs, he will surely have a bit bigger butt. But I don't mind that much. I'm just showing what is close to accuracy. Butt or no butt, I don't care. It's fine. He looks very, very muscular, and I love how they sculpted him. So for this overall sculpting, even you see the musculature, see the fine lines there. I hope it shows there as good as I can see. See the muscles on the mid of the pec. You see how he nearly has a very clear 8-pack. See the obliques. Even if you lift the arms, you can see the separation of lats, and there is actually the serratus anterior, which helps for that. See the legs. So all the muscles are pretty defined. I'm very happy how they chose to make this looking like a bodybuilder, because the only other one which we get which looks like a bodybuilder is the 1/6 scale bodies, which look like how Arnold Schwarzenegger looks, but he is more generic type. So I'm very happy with the sculpt. I will give this 10 out of 10. I don't think there's anything which could have been done better. Now comes paint. Frankly, he doesn't have any paint. There is no paint to him, not even shading. But the sculpting is so deep and so defined that the light reflects very nicely, and you can actually see all the musculature. Maybe if they gave a shading, it would have looked over the top a bit, but I think it's good enough. Everything's good enough, so I'll give it an 8. However, I shouldn't be giving any point, but still, it looks very nice, so I'll give it an 8. Now comes the accessories part. So he comes with another pair of hands which are a more grabbing hand. The sculpting here is top notch, and I couldn't even hold it. Here, very well sculpted hands, very realistic again. The second set is like holding a staff or something, because it's not a trigger finger, but you can maybe hold a sword or a staff with these. And the third one is a normal relaxed hands. The fourth one is flying hands, like Superman. Again, so altogether with the fist hands he comes wearing, he has 5 sets of hands. So it's a good thing. Very nicely sculpted. So that's all actually he comes with, but he also comes with, some extra wrist pegs, and that's all. So for the accessories, I will give it a 7, because I would have wanted him to have another thing in the accessories, because it's equally important, which is maybe a boot. Because if you want to customize this, you can buy clothes and other accessories, but usually boots at times are a problem because they might have different pegs. So it's easier to find it for 1/6 scale, but it's a bit harder with a 1/12 scale. So it's always better if the figure comes with the boot itself. So for accessories, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Now comes one of the main things, the articulation, because it's a new body, so it would be judged based on how good is the articulation. Because being a very big and muscular figure, I'm pretty sure that it should have some issues, because most muscular figures have articulation issues. If you check McFarlane or Marvel Legends, like Hulk type figure, or Diamond Select or Marvel Select. So firstly, his neck goes this far down. Oh, that goes pretty far. It looks a bit awkward here, because he can go and look very, very low. But at this pose, somehow he reminds me of the engineer from the Prometheus movie. This is a soft piece. So I have not bought too many of 1/12 scale bodies, but I think this is the only one which has a soft piece like a Storm Collectibles, which is a good thing. He can look this far up. You have to just set it a bit, because due to the thick neck, he looks a bit weird looking that far up. He can look side to side very well. He has a very good tilt movement for additional expressions. He is at a double ball joint, so one is at the top and one is under this neck. The shoulder goes this far up, which is very good for the kind of shoulder size he has. Biceps as swivel. He has double jointed elbow. It has a slight better than 90-degree movement, but looking at his arms, which in real life scenario might be 23-inch arms, so I don't think the real guy can actually bend this a lot more than this one. That's good. The wrist has swivel, the wrist has a hinge. The ab crunch goes, oh good, this far down. Now because there are two joints, one in the waist as well, so he can go and bend very low, which is very good. And upwards, even if you push this up all the way, you see there is still sculpting inside, so it doesn't make him look weird or any hollow areas here. This is amazing. This is better than any other muscular figure I've seen. See, this is very good. Really good movement here. He can obviously bend, and he can bend side to side. Oh, this is really good. See the movement. Have you ever seen this kind of a movement with any other figure? I'm not talking about Yamaguchi, but something which looks realistic too. Oh, it just popped out. Okay, so if it pops out, see, I think this is brass or something. It's easy to pop in. It's just too muscular. Okay, now the hips go full Van Damme. He can kick forward, not so far up, but still decent amount. And this goes back. Okay, not much, but okay. The knee is double jointed, but it goes only this much because of the big calves that he has. Again, decent movement. The foot goes this far down, not too much, because this is not a hinge here. It's a ball joint. Comes up decent amount, and he has ankle rocker, which is good again. So with the kind of movement he has, with everything, I think the only restrictions we have is the size that he has, so they are going to restrict the movement a bit. Still, I'll give it a 9. It's very, very good articulation for any nude body or any action figure which is of this size. Now, fun factor. For me personally, fun factor is a 10 for this one. Why? Because this is the most muscular figure we can find. So I was really waiting for this for a long time. First time when I remember Muff Toys posted about this one, I messaged them asking when and how and whatever. So that's why I was thinking this is a Muff Toy figure, because they told me that if you like this, we'll be coming up with a Wolverine type body as well. So I was very excited, but I never checked if they meant they are making this or they just reposted a post from some other company. So I bought these, and I really wanted to buy multiples of these. I bought this from a website called Bombasby, which is a Chinese website, because most of the websites don't ship it to my address. So they also didn't, but they shipped it to US, and I got it delivered here from a forwarding service. But okay, here I'll tell you about Bombasby. I just want to let you know it's a bit weird. I don't know what kind of services you guys got. I hope it's all good. But this website has things at a very low price, mostly the Chinese stuff. And they deliver fast. They do everything right. But then I booked, when I pre-ordered, I gave a deposit for 5 of these because I wanted to buy multiples. But when it came up, then they only allowed me 3 as a maximum amount that they had available, which is weird because I shouldn't be able to, shouldn't be worried about how much they got because I already booked 5, but that didn't happen. So rather than not buying, I just bought 3 of them. So still happy, but it's a bit weird. So be careful. I did send mail to their customer service, but got no response. But coming back, fun factor 10 for me. Very good figure, very large, lot of ideas to customize this one in so many ways. I'm so happy. I can make it a Terminator, I can make it a Hercules, I can make him a buffed up Vin Diesel, I don't know, whatever. So, very good figure. Value for money. See, this one is going for USD 35 most of the places. In Bombsby, I got it for 25, which is a very nice price. But yes, I had to pay extra shipping or whatever. But you go by 35, and even though if it's a $35 figure, it's not a cheap one, but it's not very expensive. Based on the quality of the product, the size of the product, and the kind of design which has gone into it, because it gives it really one of the best mobilities. So I think for value for money, I'll give it a 7. Yes, it is an expensive figure, but it's still very good. So if it was around $25, I would have to give it an 8 out of 10. Overall, I'll give it a 9. It's the best nude figure that I've got. It does not have any differences on the color of arms to the body to anything. It's all good. It looks very human. It has all the details. It is one of the best figures I've seen. So overall is a 9. I hope you liked the review. If you didn't, just let me know in the comments. Please like, subscribe, and keep coming back for more reviews. Thanks a lot for your time again. You take care.